One Zambia, One Nation. Welcome to Zanis News. My name is Nora Chimupi and my sign language interpreter is John Chulu. The headlines. 530,000 euro water project commences in Mufulira. Working adults urged to embrace open distance education. And government records strides in albinism awareness. The news in details. The Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, and government have signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, for the construction of a technical center worth 10 million United States dollars. The funding is from the World Football Governing Body, FIFA. The signing ceremony was witnessed by President Hakainde Hichilema and FIFA President Gianni Infantino at State House yesterday. Bupe Sendwe reports that FIFA President Gianni Infantino is in the country to tour various football infrastructure projects and also share FIFA's vision for football.
A signing ceremony between the Football Association of Zambia and the government to signify the development of a technical center that will be constructed in Chongo district using a $10 million funding from FIFA. The event was witnessed by President Hakainde Hichilema and FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who is in the country to tour various football infrastructure projects and also share the FIFA vision of football.
Football continued to grow in Zambia in an incredible way, thanks to the work done by the governments, by the football officials, by the people, finally, because we are the people's sport of this country. In the last few years, women's football has become incredibly powerful in Zambia, qualifying for the World Cup in 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. It's not easy. It's not easy. From our side at FIFA, that we can be able to contribute a little bit to your success stories, to giving hope and opportunities to girls and boys in your country.
President Hichilema urged the football governing body to ensure dialogue is maintained in the sport discipline.
The message is that we in this country believe that football must take the lead in dialogue when there are challenges that arise, because challenges will arise. There's no question about it. So we promote in this country, in football, in other sports, but generally in the economy, dialogue to resolve issues, even simple issues. Where will be the training or technical training center be located? The one you are donating for, and we thank you for the donation. Where will it be located? I bet there were debates. There were disagreements, but we resolved those disagreements in the interest of fostering teamwork, in the interest of, if you like, conflict resolution. I want to encourage you to continue what you're doing, resolving issues of football.
The head of state also encouraged FIFA to continue investing in football, owing to the employment challenges, especially among the young people.
To encourage this investment, and I'll touch on it, to continue, because it's needed now more than ever before, given the challenges, including employment, job opportunities, business opportunities for the younger population, which is the greater part for us on the continent. Most of our people are young. So this is one area where they can exercise their talents.
Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts Elvis Nkando said the visit by FIFA president will strengthen relations towards continued promotion of football in Zambia.
I feel this visitation will strengthen ties and enable FIFA and Zambia to continue working together to accomplish football development objectives. And I'm very, very excited that this is the investment that we will be receiving from FIFA. So through his visit, we're likely to see a situation where $10 million is invested by putting up the technical center in Zambia.
The technical center will include pitches, medical center, first offices, center of excellence and accommodation, among other facilities to help grow the sport discipline. Vupesendo for Zanis in Lusaka.
Residents of Kawama East Township in Mufulira District on the Copperbelt Province will soon have clean piped water following the commencement of €530,000 water reticulation project. Mulonga Water and Sanitation Company is implementing the project with the support from the Netherlands. More in this report.
Residents of Kawama East Township in Copperbelt Mufulira District, who have long relied on water from shallow wells, will soon have piped water pumped to their homes by Mulonga Water and Sanitation Company. This follows commencement of a €530,000 project by the water utility company in partnership with the Republic of Netherlands. Netherlands ambassador to Zambia toured the project to assess its impact on the community.
For the very first time, after they moved in more than 20 years ago, they will be connected to clean and healthy water. So that is absolutely an amazing achievement. An achievement that is largely the result of the collaboration between the Dutch water utilities and Zambian water utilities. So it's a partnership that is supported through the government of the Netherlands. And clean, healthy water is essential, especially in times of cholera.
The project in its pilot stage is expected to bring piped water to 500 households in Kawama East.
So where we are here, we're going to have 2 tanks to supply Kawama A and Kawama B, and we also have a network. Those are the pipes you've seen there. So we'll lay pipes in this area of Kawama. For some people, we'll give house connections, and for others, we'll put kiosks.
Mufulira Mayor Tanaeli Kamanga urged the residents of Kawama East to be proactive in order to ensure the project's sustainability.
The government is asking just for a small fee, and the community is saying yes, we'll be able to pay a small fee for that water. So once this is done, then we'll be able to sustain ourselves.
The project is expected to be completed within a period of 6 months. We fetch water from wells, which is not safe for our health. Piped water will be safe for us to drink because it is treated. Rachel Chisulo, Zanis, Mufulira.
Still in the news, government working with Eastern Water and Sanitation Company and Chipata City Council has embarked on a program to connect water at the Saturday market. This is an effort to eliminate cholera. Details in the following report.
The adverse of load shedding cannot be overemphasized. In Chadiza district, at least 1,200 boarding schoolgirls and boys are using these toilets. The condition of the toilets is bad, and the smelly toilet fragrance is all over the school.
If water finishes in the drum, we stop using these ablutions. You start using the filter tins by the side behind these domes. Misunderstanding these kids, the one who doesn't know how to use these ablution blocks.
The other areas that they still need attention, of course, as the Debs was mentioned, truly are the drainages, which we'll go to look at them. But we are trying our level best at the school, only that what is letting us down is actually the schedule that we have for the school, because that schedule is not favorable for the school. Because you talk about power being cut off at 05, and then it comes back at 17 hours. Then again, maybe at 18 hours or so, we have more power. And at 18 hours, that's the time when again the learners need power for them to study. But you'll find that the school is off, is cut off from power until maybe 22 or so hours.
The District Education Board Secretary Office is aware of the situation.
Yeah, there has been an issue of disinfection. I think people from the health have to come and give a hand. Maybe in the school itself must be encouraging to purchase the same, so that maybe periodically we're able to disinfect our operational blocks.
The district commissioner is hurt that children are subjected to such environments, but has a solution.
The situation here is in Zanis, in that the problem we have been having in our district is the load shedding, which is affecting the water supply. So we have seen that the school has got challenges in terms of water supply. The boreholes that we currently have, they can supply the school with enough water to sustain them, but we have basically established, because of load shedding, they basically cannot pump adequate water to feed the ablution blocks. Hence the mess we saw inside there. As a district, under the disaster component from the CDF, immediately from here, I'm requesting my headmaster through DEPS to raise a memo so that we can look at the alternative power source for the boreholes.
Jubal Zulu, Zanis, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo has urged medical professionals to render their invaluable expertise, especially in the rural parts of the country, where access to specialized treatment remains a challenge. Ms. Masebo said this in a speech read on her behalf by her Permanent Secretary for Administration, Christopher Simonga, at the Zambia College of Medicine and Surgery's 4th graduation ceremony. Ntazanga Mumba now reports.
These are 79 medical doctors who have today graduated as medical specialists in various specialist fields following completion of their training at the Zambia College of Medicine and Surgery, ZACOMS. This is a significant milestone for Zambia as it will caution the critical shortage of medical specialists in the country. Health Minister Sylvia Masebo was represented by Permanent Secretary Administration Professor Christopher Simonga at the event.
To stand at the vanguard of the medical profession in our nation, ready to embark on a mission of healing and transforming lives. I stand here today to encourage each and every one of you to save, not only in urban areas, but also in the rural and remote areas of our beautiful country. These areas often face critical shortages of medical professionals, leaving vulnerable communities without access to proper health care.
And ZACOM's president, Dr. Michael Mbambiko, had this to say.
Through dedication, innovation, and commitment to excellence, we have made significant strides in nurturing the next generation of medical professionals who will contribute to the health and well-being of our nation.
Sozimiti, the first ever female neurosurgeon in the country, was among the graduates.
I think for me, I want this to be an example to many young ladies who are coming to know that we can move into the places which have been male-dominated for a very long time.
Yembezi Moyo spoke on behalf of the graduates.
We must embrace this responsibility with humility and a commitment of continuous learning and improvement. Let us remember that our success is not only measured solely by the titles we earn or the accolades we receive, but the positive impact each and every one of us.
The 79 graduate brings the total of medical specialists trained at the institution to 281 since its inception in 2018. Mtazanga Mumba for Zanis in Lusaka.
We take a break, more stories still to come.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conduct that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH. Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topster platform, channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Minister of Education Douglas Syakalima has reiterated government's commitment to provide an equitable and inclusive education for all Zambians. Mr. Syakalima has called on educators and scholars to join government in raising awareness of the benefits of open and distance learning. The minister said open and distance education, ODE, is significant in providing opportunities for working adults and individuals with disabilities. He said this in a speech read for him by his Permanent Secretary for Education Services, Joel Kamoko, during the official opening of the Open and Distance e-learning symposium in Lusaka. Speaking earlier, University of Zambia, UNZA, Vice-Chancellor Professor Mondia Muya said ODL is a strategic initiative that promotes inclusive and equitable education. Meanwhile, UNZA Deputy Vice-Chancellor Professor Boniface Namugala appealed to the lecturers to provide materials that can be used by physically challenged students.
As an ardent supporter of the free education, I am proud to stand before you today to appreciate this initiative of coming together to deliberate issues to ensure that every Zambian, regardless of their circumstances, has equitable access to quality and inclusive education. This should not merely be an idea, but a fundamental right which contributes to personal and national development. We've put in place policy framework which guide the provision of open and distance learning. The ministry has partnered with Zambia Information and Communication Technology, ZICTA, and United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF Zambia, to develop and provide learner management systems aimed at increasing access to learning anywhere, anytime.
We must ensure that learners who go through the ODL mode are quality products of this system. As educators and stakeholders, we must be beacons of hope, providing learning opportunities for those who, for various reasons, cannot participate in the conventional education system.
This refers to the practice of educating all learners together, regardless of their abilities, disabilities, or other differences, in a way that respects and values their diversity.
Still on education news, Senga Hill Town Council has projected to buy over 2,600 desks using the 2024 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation. Council Secretary Tyson Chunga says the procurement of the desks will enable the district to reach its target, in line with the presidential directive that no pupil sits on the floor. Mr. Chunga said this when he accompanied the provincial CDF monitoring team to selected schools in the district. Namusokwe Wembia has more in this report.
The shortage of desks, especially in rural schools, was one of the challenges facing government schools. This was forcing pupils to sit on the floor while learning. This unprecedented situation forced President Hakainde Hichilema to direct the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders to ensure desks are provided to all learners by the end of this year. This directive is yielding positive results in Senga Hill district as most schools are confirming the availability of desks which are being procured using the Constituent Development Fund CDF.
We received 100 plus the ones that we had. This time we don't have the problem with the desks. There are many. We have enough, and the people, no people is sitting on the floor.
Senga Hill Town Council Secretary Trison Chunga, who recently accompanied the CDF monitoring team, gives an update on the procurement of desks under the CDF.
In 2024, we are also finishing the number of desks. You know, there is that presidential directive that by December this year, no child should sit on the floor. And we are procuring the 2,665 desks so that all the schools, according to the DEPS, total number of days that we are giving in procuring. I'm sure we are at the tender process stage now, and very soon the contractors will start bringing this, delivering this to various schools.
Meanwhile, education authorities in the area explains the measures put in place to ensure continuity of desks in schools.
By the time the desks will be here, there will be no deficit. But you know, desks will keep on breaking. So that's why, as Minister of Education, we are encouraging our head teachers to put in place what we are calling as a desk policy, so that there is continuity in maintenance and maybe even procurement.
Reporting for Zanis in Senga Hill, Namsokwe Boimbi.
More in the news, Kitwe District Commissioner Lawrence Mwanza has revealed that some skills development centers in the district are creating ghost students in order to benefit from the Constituency Development Fund CDF student bursary component. He said this when a team of officials from the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, led by Director General Giles Mungule, paid a courtesy call on him. Details in the following report.
In an effort to empower youths and counter the high youth unemployment levels, the government has, through the Constituency Development Fund (CDF), introduced the skills development bursaries that enable youths to acquire skills that help them start businesses, create jobs, as well as contribute to the country's economic growth. This initiative is, however, under threat, as some institutions are suspected to be receiving funds for students that are not registered at their institutions.
Kitwe have never seen a single graduate from CDF. Not that they are not there, they are there, but they will not be ready to the money that has been spent. I just picked one college, the list. You call this number, me I'm not aware, I don't know what you're talking about. You call this number, blank. You call this number, blank. 2 million vacancy has been paid to that school. Observation, I said, immediately CDF started sponsoring students. I'm fees which almost double. So I was wondering, when they had no business, these fees were down. When now CDF is giving almost double.
He also expressed disappointment with citizens and businesses that are defaulting on the CEEC loan, stating that their action is hindering would-be beneficiaries.
Because of the people who got the money, they are not helping us, but we are blocking those people who say they will create 2-3 jobs. When you give them that money, they will, at least 2-3 we assure the jobs and also economic value of our district.
And CEEC Director General Charles Mongole said loan defaulters are frustrating President Hakainde Hichilema's vision to develop the country.
The President meant very well, but I think we need to structurally create an atmosphere for achieving the agenda that he is pursuing. But otherwise, we will remain stagnant. Everyone must get involved. When we fund people, every one of us must get involved because everyone is on the queue.
Sarah Miti reporting for Zanis and Kitwe.
Choma District Commissioner Gamela Sikalea says government has raised strides in raising awareness about albinism and fostering an inclusive society. Speaking when he officially officiated at the Southern Province International Albinism Awareness Day held in Choma, Mr. Sikalea stated that government is implementing programs aimed at improving access to education, health care, and social services for persons with albinism. More in the following report.
2024 marks a decade since the launch of International Albinism Awareness Day in the country. The International Albinism Awareness Day is celebrated annually on June 13th to end discrimination against people living with albinism across the globe. However, the government has made strides in promoting issues concerning people living with albinism.
We have seen the implementation of programs aimed at improving access to education, healthcare, social services for persons with albinism, among other things. These initiatives have significantly impacted the lives of many individuals, allowing them to participate more fully in our communities and society. Despite our progress, we must acknowledge the ongoing challenges faced by persons with albinism, including harmful practices such as murder, grave robbery, and attempted kidnapping.
Stakeholders have applauded the government for addressing the challenges of people living with albinism.
Before the new government, we went away without sunscreen for 5 years. If you look at these people here, they use 3 tubes of sunscreen per month. Each tube, the cost is about 500 kwacha. But now we have an excess of 12,000 tubes.
An albinism activist, Webson Mundia, has made an appeal to the government.
Tularumba umahutango tutambula jindije wanse alimwe ababo bagalema ushoshoka transfer tularumba batu badisi twarumba abo bamwe batarembedwe abo bakwideruse mutupushinyire uti orurinde katutambula honto twagusigaria twagutebura bamwenga matuzwiha.
This International Albinism Awareness Day is commemorated under the theme 10 years of International Albinism Awareness Day, a decade of collective progress. Reporting for Zanis in Choma, Peter Piri.
David Ramshaw Rudd, councillor in Kawe, Yvonne Mutemba, has called on women to take part in social and political platforms, for them to be involved in national governance matters. Ms. Mutemba says there is still low participation of women in key decision-making positions, both at local and national levels. She was speaking in Kawe during the launch of the National Women's Mobilization Team under the theme Supporting Women in Political Activities. Finally, in the news, Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo says government will not give up on the search for the remaining trapped bodies at Senseli small-scale mine in Chingola. Mr. Matambo said government has made a commitment to finance and support all funeral expenses, including a 10,000 kwacha grant to each affected family, once a body has been retrieved and identified. He said this in a speech read on his behalf by Chingola District Commissioner Raphael Chimupi during the burial of the 2 more bodies retrieved at the mine. Ian Chomba has details.
As government officials, local stakeholders, and community members in Chingola District on the Copperbelt Province gathered once again at the burial of 2 more retrieved bodies for Senseli small-scale miners who were among the reportedly trapped miners underground during a mine accident last year in December. Senior government officials in the district led family and community members in burying the 2 retrieved bodies. Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo, who was represented by District Commissioner Raphael Chimupi, reiterated government's commitment and pursuit in ensuring that all bodies get retrieved and buried accordingly.
kwinanga twati nibalaile kwebati tukakonkanya poshe mpaka tukasange uwa last umtemwe kapako tukabike bonse ukutusha ukwatusha abanangwe bakateka nabo hakaende ichema president wesu nawe tutela kanya mpuku tuma 10,000 kwacha kwebati chilamu muilo masanga wafisha kwa wafyashi walupwa kwebati valoshishako sonkwai ngefile twachita efutachila kuli bonse napapele efutulebonga balanga okwikatana kufuma fie uko twalufisha abatemwikwa besu aba balalapa nachilanga okwikatana tulebomera chapamo bashima pepo kanso kuli ba district commissioner ku office bonse ba police masoja na bekala chingwala bonse na mutulanga chitemwiko.
Affected family members expressed gratitude towards government's continued support to the affected families.
Mashuti kwete yakutotera fipa mongoro pa bantu inchitote inchito yanguka ninchito yakosa sana fo tweka tetuchite manage kufunya mubiri wa mwana wesu twashika ero kupitira mumaka yaba UPND no buteko baba akainde chitema epashiripa kuleka tuletira mwabombe ni patotera mkwa.
The two bodies buried today brings the total number of retrieved bodies to 25, including one person who was found alive. I'm Ian Chomba, reporting for Zanis in Chingola.
As we end the news, a recap of stories that made headlines. €530,000 water project commences in Mufulira. Working adults urged to embrace open distance education. And government records strides in albinism awareness. My name is Nora Chimupi. My sign language interpreter has been John Chulu. Thanks for joining us and have a pleasant viewing.